What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jonathan from Calling in Favors. As you've watched me struggle through the distances and the yardages and finding my game again, the one thing I can't figure out right now is the driver. It's way too heavy and it's way too stiff for me. I have a two-way miss going. I can feel it when the club flips over. I know when it's going left. But when I try to hold on, I end up hanging back and hitting it dead right. So when I hit it good, it's good, but you can't play a two-way miss. So here I am. I called in a favor. I'm at your favorite box store. I'm going to get some time on the simulator with some shafts that I can play around with. Not too much worried about numbers or an exact fit. Just trying to get something light enough that I can control. Anybody that's played with me recently knows the driver is one of the straightest clubs in my bag. So I think once I get back up to speed, going back to that Ventus blue shaft will work for me. But right now, it's just way too heavy, way too stiff. So I got to find something in that 50 gram, maybe 45 gram stiff category, because I'm not going to feel comfortable with regular. It's never going to happen. The head's going to be all over the place, and I'm not going to know where it is. I deliver the club a different way. It's late with a lot of hand action. So I actually set my driver up to fade, but the extra weight on the toe coming in late actually kicks the toe closed. So I'm able to turn a ball over, and I'm able to hit the ball straighter when my driver is set to fade, even though I play a fade. So again, I'm a unique fit because of the way I deliver the club, how late I am. My smash factor is always going to be up above 150. So you're going to see me do a lot of feel stuff in here today. When I'm hitting shafts and playing around with them, you're going to see some things where it may not be a perfect fit. I'm probably not going to get the spin rates that I'm looking for. And I'm probably not going to go as soft as my club head speed would probably tell me. In fact, I might not even put club head speed on as a data point. So it's going to be a unique fit, but it should help you guys to understand what certain feels are like and what you should be looking for while you're getting fit and the questions you should be asking. I'll try to stop if I think of something, and I'll let you guys know, this is a feel thing for me. This is one of those where you should tell your fitter if something doesn't feel right, because even if the numbers are perfect, if you're standing over the ball thinking this is going sideways, guess what? It's going sideways. All right, guys, time to head inside. Let's go.
All right, so anybody that's been fit by me before, obviously I'm not fitting anymore, but I always tell you, don't warm up, right? People come to my bay, especially in August or July, or came to my bay, I should say, and their tongue's hanging out before they even get started. Yes, I know we hit a lot of balls and we play a lot of golf, but we're not hitting a stressful shot for an hour straight. Even when we're practicing, right? We're hitting shot, kind of stopping, talking, hanging out. When you're in a club fitting, every single swing is being scrutinized and analyzed, and stress and anxiety comes into fatigue. So if you go out and pound balls for an hour and then come into a fitting, obviously you're not going to get what you're looking for out of the fitting. So my suggestion is book a fitting in the morning, don't hit balls, go get fit, and then do what you got to do after that. While you're warming up, the fitter's watching what you're doing, and he's figuring out your tendencies and looking at speeds and spin rates. And before you even get into the fit, he already has a blueprint of what he's going to look for. So again, for me, I'm not even looking at the numbers right now. I'm watching distances. But spin rates and speeds and stuff, I know they're not going to be anywhere near where I should be. So it's all feel for me today. So that's why I thought it was a good day for me to come in and film a video, because you're going to hear me ask myself the questions that you should be asking the fitters. Don't worry about how far things are going. Don't worry about the numbers. That's his job. Your job is to hit the ball. Right, you start getting caught up in, I can swing faster than that and this and that, and you start affecting the fit. So Anybody that got fit by being at Harmon, I refused to put a TV up in my bay. I didn't want people looking at their numbers, and if people turned around and looked at me and said, "How far did that go?" You've heard the response: shoot the puck. You do your job, I'll do mine, right? Well, unfortunately today I'm doing both, so we're gonna get through it and we'll figure it out. Starting to get a little loose, so we're going to stretch it out now. Now I'm going to kind of start paying attention to numbers because, like I said, I have no clue how far anything goes. I know nothing fits me right now. I'm thinking about switching to graphite in my irons. It's that bad. So we're going to see. We're going to see what we look like, and we'll do a separate video once I get into the driver. Again, you guys have seen me on the driving range do the drill with the bucket where I force myself to go outside. I'm using the tee. I'm not sure if you can see it on the video, but I'm using the tee to do that today. So I'm forcing myself almost to clip the tee on the way back. Let's see. Yeah, so 133. This is an 8-iron. This is usually my 65 club. I'm guessing I'm probably going to max this out once I'm loose at like 145, 150. I hope, because if this is my 121 carry, 133 club going forward, I'm in trouble. Went at that one a little better. I should go a little further. I pulled it a little bit. That's a struggle. Yeah, see, 70 miles an hour with an 8-iron is embarrassing. Yeah, 126, 140. That's who I am right now. And I had to smother it to do that. Here we go. That's a little better. It should be more speed, I think. Nope, less speed. Better swing, though. Still 126. Yeah. So again, that's why you get into a fit, you start sweating numbers, right? Everybody thinks they hit it further than they do. When you start thinking numbers, you start overdoing it. As you can see, I felt like I swung harder on that one, and club head speed actually went down by a half mile an hour. Number was the same, still 127 carry, but don't worry about numbers. A little ahead of that one. As you can see, I'm starting to try to stretch it out a little bit. A few more swings with an 8-iron, and we'll start hitting drivers. I'm trying to get in and out of here. Obviously, they have business going on today, so I don't want to take too much of their time in their bay. I appreciate the favor. So I knew my speed was going to be bad. I didn't realize how bad. All right, let's get into it. All right, guys, time to hit some drivers. As we talked about, it's all about speed with the fit. Usually today, it's not even about speed for me. It's about feel. This thing feels like a tank. I feel it when I miss, but I do not feel it when I hit a good one. So we got to figure this out. So usually somewhere around 104 or 5 with a driver, but ooh, this is fucking tight corner. That's the miss. Off the toe and hooked. As you know, I'm super flat. This wall's a little tight quarters for me. I usually go to the other side. Most simulators have dividers, and I'll go to the side with no end, but it is what it is. Some reason it's saying out of the hitting zone, which makes life more difficult. All right. Yeah, I didn't get the club head speed. Yeah, spin rate 3,200, which is not normal for me. Um, and obviously, direction 2.5, face angle, face the path, attack angle. Again, it's taking me. There you go. Yeah. So the two numbers, 125. Yeah, that's not good. All right. I was hit solid, no speed, but solid. Yeah, 87 miles an hour club head speed. Again, I'm a little tight because of the wall. I'll get used to it. Club path negative is never a case. That could be the wall. It's pretty bad. All right, a couple more with my own. Obviously, I'm not creating any speed at all, so we got to get into something lighter. The one shaft they didn't have for Titleist that I was hoping to hit was the Air Speeder by Fujikura. I'm a Fujikura guy, always have been. They didn't have it. I might just order that or the 561. All right. Yeah, so you're just not creating any speed. Smash 150, just like it should be. So that means that's all we can get out of this driver with this shaft. So just to kill time while I'm changing heads, those of you that have gotten fit by me have probably seen me in the bay fumbling around and dropping the wrench. Again, my arthritis, we've talked about, my health. From about here down, I really don't feel cold. You'll see me wearing shorts in the winter. You'll see me wearing flip-flops in the winter. But my hands and upper body is really sensitive to cold. So I drop shit all the time in the winter time. I'm a terrible golfer under 50 degrees. You'll always see me wearing hoodies and bundled up and making sure that um, I can feel my hands. A lot of rounds you'll see me hitting shots and I have no clue where anything's going, but I know enough about my golf swing. I can keep it in play and I get it up and down. So when it comes to the short game, I just rely on trust, not really feel when I can't feel my hands. So for the most part, I'm a feel player. Feel is very important to me. Um, So again, that's why I'm kind of not looking at the speed numbers. I'm more looking at total distance, launch angle, and feel. So right now, what I would be asking the golfer, what are you feeling? What's the matter? And my response to me as a fitter would be, I can't feel the club head. So because the shaft is too heavy, all I feel is my hands in the shaft until it gets to the bottom. And if I'm flipping and catching up, I feel it go like that. But by the time I feel it, it's way too late. So that means it's too heavy and too stiff for me. So I need to find a combination that I can feel the head the entire golf swing, but still have it stay with me. If I get something too whippy, I have a feeling this is going to be too whippy. This is the only 40-gram shaft they had, so I grabbed it and it's regular. I'm not going to feel the head, and it's going to get a little all over the place, and that's where we get that two-way miss going. So again, all I'm telling the fitter right now, I'm not going too much into it, is I can't feel the head. I'm going to let him make some changes and see where he goes from there. Right? So now I can clearly feel the head in this one, and I'm thinking maybe it might be too much. So let's see what we got. Yeah, see, that's the head's way too late. It's going to be a low launch. Yeah, exactly. I could feel that. The head's up here and I'm here. So that's why it launched so low and it kind of went low left. So still 87, still not even getting to 90 miles an hour. It's crazy. We got to get back in the gym, in the pool, and start getting some speed back. All right, so we'll hit two more with this. This is one of those where, again, I tell people all the time, you're going to get tired, right? Don't waste your time hitting stuff that you know you don't like. You know, I don't care what the fitter tells you. I don't care what the numbers say. If you don't like the feel of it, that was a little better, but still I felt like I had to wait. Yeah, see, my club head speed went way down because I knew I had to wait for it. So this clearly isn't the right one. All right, so one thing I forgot to do, and I will do now, is like I told you in the car, right? Um, you can see it. You see my swing. I deliver the club late, and there's a lot of late action. So I set the weight out on the toe, and it helps kick. Even though it says fade for most people, I'm the odd fit. Fade actually turns into draw for me because of how late I deliver the club. So now that I'm struggling to feel the head, I got to move it back to neutral. All right, so we'll pop that out. And then we got couple shafts that I want to try. Again, I know you guys always see me playing the high-end Fujikura Ventus. It's free. I didn't pay for it. If I'm fitting myself and I'm paying for it, we're starting with stock. Yes, we're going to try the upcharge ones as well, but we're starting with stock. Companies do all kinds of testing. There's a reason stock is stock. So if you're that worried about getting a custom driver, order it with a custom grip, and now you have a stock custom driver. If you fit into stock, that's the best possible scenario, right? Stock pricing, don't have to worry about upcharges, don't have to worry about anything. Ordering, back orders are usually not a problem. If stock fits, love it, right? So again, this is one of those that, yes, if I fit myself to a Fujikura, Ventus, or whatever, I can call my guys and I can order it and I can get it very cheap. But at the end of the day, I can go on eBay tomorrow. I might even be able to go in the used rack today and find this shaft. So it's one of those, if you can simplify life, simplify life. All right. Let's see if we can hit it. One thing I'm struggling with a little bit, I play 44 and 3/4, and all these are stock 45 and a half, 45 and 3/4, so I'm having to choke up a little bit. I can already tell this shaft feels better. Yep, dead center. I don't care where it goes. That was a better swing. I can figure that one out. Ball speed's up to 130. I kind of fell off balance a little bit. Yeah, now we get carry up to 200. All right, there's some progress. That felt great. We may be calling the Titleist rep, asking to borrow a shaft for a couple weeks. Ah! Got stuck on that one. That was a bad swing, but it feels better. It's I can tell where the club was, and I knew that was a bad swing right when I made a bad swing. So um, this feels much lighter, but I can still feel what the head is doing out there. And again, it may be going back to putting that fade weight. You know, that could be why the first couple went out to the right. It could be the shaft times up with me perfect, where I go back to my original setup. Um, I'm super flat, so obviously always B1 setting, which is flat and open. Smothered that one, but I felt it. You know, I think, yeah, see, I was able to hold that on, which I wasn't able to do with my shaft. Yeah, way back down, club head speed, launch angle. Yeah, exactly. So that was all right. That was an all right miss, right? 230 down the middle with a miss. That's what we are right now. 1.5 smash. That's when you're swinging it 86, 87 miles an hour. That's who you are. So again, we'll get to work with the speed sticks, and actually, I got to find my speed sticks. Probably have to buy a new set because I really don't feel like asking for them back. Um, so, okay, that's going to be a better miss, I think. Yeah, see, that's more my miss. That's what I'm looking for, that little fall to the right. So, again, I'm telling my fitter, I know I'm not swinging well enough, but feel-wise, I like this one so far. I don't think any of them are really out of the fairway. None of them really went a long way, but again, right now, it's just keeping it in play all day. As my strength comes back, my speed will come back, and hopefully we'll get back to the Ventus. Now we're going to try a little expensive one. This is a graphite design. Designed for people that are slowing down a little bit and need a little help getting the ball up in the air with spin. And that's me. Just a couple clicks. Don't want to strip the driver or the shaft. And we'll get back to it. If I was really doing a fit, I wouldn't even have this all up. I would have the numbers up on my iPad. Again, I don't want the golfer. Actually, I would probably let him see some of it, but I would try to block out a lot of the numbers. I don't want the golfer trying to swing too hard. I want him taking his golf swing. Again, if I start focusing on 89, 90, it'll be in my head. I'll start swinging hard and I won't hit solid shots. Again, I'm having a little bit of trouble finding a face right now because of how long all of these are. But I can already tell this one feels too heavy. Yep. I can just by putting it in my hands, it feels exactly like the Ventus did. And it just feels like a tank. I hit it solid, so we'll see what the numbers do, but ball speed 130. Yeah, because of how flat I am, with the monitor being as close to me as it is, monitor is supposed to be 9 feet back. Yeah, so for a driver, it's only 6 feet, which for most people, it would still pick it up. But for me, because of how flat I am, the monitor is not picking up my club head speed because it's coming in way too far inside. That would be this number usually, club path, and it would usually be very positive with a shut face to path. So that's how I play. I play with a shut face. I come from the inside. That's why I have no spin, and that's why when I was swinging at 108, 109, I was hitting it by guys that were swinging at 120 because I spin it at 18, 1900, and I launch it at 15 or 16. It's just dead straight in the air. It's like a Tim Wakefield knuckleball. It goes as far as it can, and then it just falls. Again, I've chased the spin number my entire life. I know I spin it low. It's not worth chasing it anymore. Okay, little bottom of the face. See, I'll show you go. Yeah, Clint's not getting my club head speed. But again, I don't want to, I hate bashing indoor fittings, but this is why I would never fit myself indoors. I don't trust that ball's still in that fairway. I knew where the face was. I know how high the spin is compared to what I usually do. I just don't see that staying in the fairway. It just shrinks your misses a little too much. But again, it's better than not getting fit at all. I mean, around here, there's not really many options to get fit where you can see flight, so you gotta take what you can get. But just understand, you can go to one of these big box stores, these fancy box stores, and you're spending $1,100, $1,200 on a fitting and a driver. Do we really trust it? I don't personally. I would never buy anything other than stock anywhere indoors. It's one of those things. I gotta see, unless they let you take it out. Some places will let you buy the driver for like a demo and take it out. That's a different story. You can get fit indoors as long as you can try it outside before you have to buy it. Yeah, see, you can tell now already with this shaft. I knew it right away. It just felt too heavy, so everything was a low bullet. So 1600 spin on a good one. So we're gonna go back to that Tensei. I think this is the one that we're gonna end up on, and we're gonna call it a day. So again, this is where you speak up, right? Tell them, because there could be guys out there, and I'm not saying everybody, but some of these upcharge box stores, it's a difference of $300-$400, which equals commission to them. So they're going to be trying to push you. Nope, wrong one. They're going to be trying to push you to the one they want you to buy. It's your driver. You will never hear me say you should buy this one unless it's obvious. There's been some that I've been like, dude, if you hit anything else, you're not going to hit anything better. If you like that and it's set up right, buy it now. Don't hit anymore, right? Because the more we hit balls, right now I'm starting to get a little tired, right? I don't hit a lot of drivers. I've already hit quite a few. All I'm going to do by hitting balls for 2 hours is confuse the matter. That goes back to the other thing at Harmon. I always encourage people to break up the fish fitting into 2 sessions. I can't get through a full bat. I'm out of wind right now. Right, I've been hitting balls every day for 2 weeks. I played golf yesterday, and I'm a little out of breath. I don't even know how long it's been. I haven't even looked at the clock, but I know I'm out of breath, and I know I'm tired. So I know I can't. I couldn't start an iron fit right now, or a 3-wood, or a hybrid, or anything. One piece at a time. Obviously, if you don't have clubs, you don't have a choice. But I tell people all the time, the companies that do it right are like Titleist and paying. They do alternating years between the irons and the woods. If you kind of flip flop every 2 or 4 years, every 2 generations, you're never going to get too far behind, and you're never going to have to spend 3, 4 grand to upgrade the whole set. You're upgrading a piece at a time. So don't let your gear get so antiquated that you have to fill the whole bag in one shot, because it gets expensive that way. So again, we're going to take 3 swings with this. Unless we hit them all bad, then we're going to rethink it. But I have a feeling this is the one. Yeah, bottom low heel, that's going to be the miss that I want. I bet any money. Yep, exactly. That was a miss. And now that same swing yesterday would have been OB. Today, it's back where my golf game is, where my misses are usually low little cuts down the middle that I can play. Makes it a lot easier when those low little cuts are 265, 270, and the good ones are 310, and now the bad ones are 220, and the good ones are 230. But we'll get there. We'll get it back. A couple more swings, and we'll call it a day. Yeah, that was roasted, I think. Well, wow. Again, that's one of those. I think that's wrong. I think it's a bad reading, because I usually know where the face is. And when I hit that shot there, I usually know it by here, and I'm already saying the F word before I've even made contact. That felt like a good swing, and it went dead right. So I think it might have got a bad reading. And one thing I like about this shaft, and this is what I love about the Ventus Blue when I'm swinging well, I can feel the head the entire way. I know exactly where the head is. I know where it's going. That's why that kind of, I don't know. I'll look at the video. Maybe I got ahead of it a little bit, but I thought I hit a good one. That was a better swing. A little off balance. Again, it might be aim. I might be lined up over there, because that's dead straight. Hit pretty solid. Smash 149. 86.4. That's what I got right now. We got to figure this out. Life is difficult. Last one, and we'll call it a day. I want to hit one good high draw. I want to make sure I can control. Oh, shoot. That might be why it's going right. Sorry, guys. Again, as a golfer, I kind of felt like I was making good swings and wasn't getting the results I expected. I forgot to move the weight back. That's me not telling the fitter. Something just doesn't feel the same. It felt good and it felt better than anything else. It just didn't feel the same as the first time I hit it. So, me being a bad customer, I guess. Not telling the fitter what to do. But now we figured it out. We got the weight in the right spot again, and let's see what we got. Yep, I just felt the face close, just like that. Yeah, that's got to be aim then. All right, we'll check my alignment, because that felt like a better golf swing. All right. The monitor might be not straight. Let me. That's all right. We'll obviously cut that out of the video, but if you see, I was messing with the monitor a little bit. I'm thinking I might have had to recalibrate. The guy in front of me was here pounding balls for a few hours. I just jumped in real quick when I started, so those last couple swings, if that's my result with those swings, then we're in trouble again. So, this feels way too good to see that result. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I think it was just alignment. Okay, that's better. That's the flight that I'm looking for. I think it was just alignment, to be honest. Yeah, 130, launch 12, 2100. I mean, that's what we're looking for. That's when you're swinging at 86, 87 miles an hour, that's all you got. So the fact that I'm still shooting around par and finding a way to keep it close is pretty, I guess what's the word? Comforting, knowing that I still can play. And when this distance comes back, hopefully this will be good for my game, right? Learning how to hit those long irons, and it's going to put some stress on the short game, that's for sure. That's off the heel and right. Yeah, see, like before I did the monitor, before I reset it, that was a good one. You can tell I knew that was going right before I even made contact. So those ones before that I thought I was hitting solid that were going way right. I'm going to check the video. I'm guessing I was probably just aiming that way because that's a miss. That's where that should be. Fairway, I would say, is debatable. Again, difference between seeing it fly and getting fit indoors. I would never, again, I don't want to badmouth any of the box stores or any retailers or anything like that. You are never seeing me spend an extra $200 or $300 on an upcharge shaft hitting that shot right there consistently. It's just not going to happen. You can tell me, oh, well, that's where you're aiming, you're hitting it there consistent. No, I'm not buying it. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, you got to see it fly when you get fit. Irons are a little different, but driver, you got to see it fly outdoors. Now, again, if this is better than nothing, and I know this place and a lot of the new box stores are giving you kind of the 30-day money-back guarantee, which is awesome. I think it's a great upgrade. Actually, I think it's even 90 days at some places, which it's such a home run for golfers. You can do this, come in. I could walk out of here, buy this driver right now, trusting that I'm going to see that flight. And then when I get outside, if it's not that flight, I can bring it back. Now, I don't encourage abusing that issue because the more people abuse it, the quicker that's going to go away. But I think it's an awesome feature. It basically gives you a demo for 90 days. Yes, you have to pay for it, but hell, it's worth the risk, But I would never do it at a store that's like, nah, you good, $200 upcharge and it's yours. It's just dumb. Yep, that's the miss. Bottom of the face straight. Oh, well, guess not. Huh. Again, I knew that was a bad swing. I was standing up at impact. I thought I had the face square, but again, these are, I don't know. I've been missing left for 2 weeks, and now I come in here and everything's 40 yards right. It's just tough. But I think we got the right shaft. We'll call Jeremy at Fujikura, and we'll get the Ventus 5, and then we'll call the rep and get this one, and we'll put them both in play and see what one we like. There we go. That's the hand on. Yeah, that's alignment because that was flushed. I think I went right back to pointing that way again. That's good. All right, 240. There we go. 1,500 spin. That's what we're looking for. So We got to go somewhere and find this shaft. So the other thing, one last thing that we're going to go over before I take off. I came in here with an idea and a picture in my head. I knew I liked this head that I'm playing now, and I knew I needed to go lighter. This is a shaft that I had tried in the past, so it doesn't surprise me that this is the one that we ended up with. So a lot of times our personal preferences and our personal feelings will lead us towards something. It led me towards stock, right? I'm playing the sexy one. I have the Ventus. You see it all over tour. It clearly no longer works for me. Stock does. You got to start there and then build from that. So, all right, guys, until next time, I hope this helped you guys. If anybody has any questions or comments, feel free. Thank you to everybody supporting the podcast. Last episode had something like 750 listens. We got to figure out YouTube. I get way more on Spotify than I do YouTube. I don't get that, but hopefully videos like this and instructional videos, now that I'm up playing golf, trying to get my speed back, showing you things that I'm doing to help myself, hopefully that'll kind of take off on YouTube too. So we got to get off TikTok prison. We're still only getting a few hundred looks after getting 15,000 for 2 weeks straight. So that's a little frustrating. You know I'm going to piss some people off, and I expect to be on timeout on every social media platform at some point because I will offend a snowflake. So until next time, guys, let's go.